I just don't even have any words. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Seat Media. This hurts. This really hurts. Phillies lose Game 7, right? Their first ever Game 7 in franchise history. And I'm just crushed. I'm truly crushed, and I feel probably even worse than I did last year in Game 6 of the World Series. I mean, this is just truly crushing. This just sucks. I mean, what an absolute choke. I mean, you had a 2-0 lead in the National League Championship Series against the measly Diamondbacks team, which I understand, yes, they beat us and they swept the Dodgers, but they won 84 games, for crying out loud. My goodness gracious, and they're not going to win the World Series. I can guarantee you that. Mark my words, they are not going to win the World Series. And you had another 3-2 lead and you blew it! You blew it! At home, you had 2 games at home and you blew it! Unacceptable! Unacceptable! You should be ashamed of yourself, this over-managing. I never seen anything like it. And Castellanos, what happened to you? What happened to you? What happened to Trey Turner? Every freaking ball was hit on the ground. What happened? What happened to this team? What happened? I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is just maddening. I just cannot believe that we choked this bad. And we're no different than the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Atlanta Braves. No different. No different than the Baltimore Orioles. No different than any of these teams. Because we got upset big time. I mean, we lost to a team that only won 84 games in the regular season. 84. And for the second straight year, the third spot in the National League wild card is going to be advancing to the World Series. And I will not be watching one pitch of the 2023 World Series. I will not. Mark my words. And, of course, I will be rooting for the Rangers because I'm not going to root for a team that eliminated my favorite team. I'm not. You call me salty. Call me anything you want. You can call me salty. I mean, I am salty. I am salty because, you know what? They eliminated my team. I'm not going to root for them. So I just don't care. Where is the fight? Where is the passion? None. None whatsoever. I don't even want to go over the scoring summary. I'm just so disgusted. I don't even want to look at it. I don't want to see any pictures. I don't want to see any of it. I don't. I mean, this is probably one of the most hardest videos I've had to make ever. I mean, where have I ever started out a video that soft? I couldn't even bring myself to get this camera out and record. I just couldn't. I mean, what happened? The wheels just fell off. What happened? And I just can't believe Topper. I just can't believe it. I mean, this overmanaging like you can't believe. I mean, I just don't get it. Hoffman cruising. Let's take him out of the game. And even let's say we did come back and win this game. I mean, you wouldn't have been able. I mean, Zach Wheeler would have been. His arm would have definitely had some pitches on it going into Friday night. So that's just not good decision making. Not at all. Not good decision making at all. So that's bad. That's bad. There's no other way to say it. And it seems like, a lot of magic was lost, right? The Thompson magic was lost. I mean, I just can't believe you had a 2-0 lead. You destroyed them at home the first 2 games. You go to Arizona. I mean, you thought you had the series won. It wasn't over, but you thought you had the series won. I mean, the Eagles choked last year in the Super Bowl. Now, granted, there were a lot of bad calls. I understand that. I mean, you're up in the, going into halftime, you're up, by, decent margin. Jalen Hurts just totally collapses in the second half and you lose. I mean, again, there was a lot of bad play calling. I mean, the Sixers blow a 3-2 lead. I mean, what is going on? We just chokers. We're chokers. It's maddening. It's maddening. I don't even know what to say. And I don't put this loss on Ranger Suarez. I don't. Clearly he didn't pitch his best. He gave it all he had, and I don't put this all on him. I don't. But I just can't believe how stone cold we went. I mean, it's just like it is like feast or famine. Somebody said that. One of my followers DM'd me and said, I mean, it's so true. I mean, it's just like, it's, piping hot or ice cold. I mean, it's just the fact we were so close. I almost would have felt better if we just would have lost in 5 games. The fact we were so close, it sucks. It sucks. I'm going to say the word. It sucks. Okay. I don't like to say that word on here. It's not very professional, but I think sometimes it calls for, a situation like this calls for it. It's a terrible feeling. It's a lousy feeling. It stings. It's terrible. It's a terrible feeling. And shame on the Phillies for letting this happen. They fell apart. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I thought we were gonna win. Deep down, I did not have a good feeling about tonight. I didn't want to talk about it on here because I want to seem encouraging to you and everything. I just didn't have a good feeling. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me a lot of what happened after Game 4 of the World Series last year. And we got no hit in Game 4. I said, I just don't see us coming back from this. I just don't. I just don't see us winning the World Series. Even if we would have lost to the Rangers, it would have been like, hey, we would have made it 2 straight years. That's something to be proud of. But you blew it. You blew it to a team that won 84 games. I just would have felt better if we would have lost like this to the Dodgers. Hey, a team that won 100 plus games. How can you scoff at that? But I mean, you had these guys, the Diamondbacks. It's mind blowing. And you had a 2-0 lead, and you had a 3-2 lead at home, and you lost 2 straight. You pulled a Houston Astros on me here. This is going to take a while to get over. I mean, life goes on. It's just a sport. It's just a stupid game. But, I mean, it just hurts. This just hurts, especially after falling short last year, and you blew it. You blew it. There was no fight at all, no heart. None. None. I don't want to see any highlights. I don't want to see any pictures. I don't want to see any handshakes, any celebrating. I don't want to see any of it. Okay, I don't. It's going to take a while for us to get over this. This is just crushing. And Craig Kimbrell, I mean, a huge reason as to why we lost the series. And why did we see him that much when he had if you look at the numbers that he had against the Arizona Diamondbacks when he was a member of Los Angeles Dodgers last year, atrocious. I mean, that's why his ERA was as high as it was last year, because he was owned by this Diamondbacks team. So let's use him against the Diamondbacks, right? I mean, that's a smart idea. And I was listening to 94 WIP earlier today, and they said, a lot of legacies were on the line here tonight. I mean, Bryce Harper, who has never won a World Series ring. I mean, made it last year, fell short. Now, obviously, Trey Turner has won his World Series ring. Kyle Schwarber has won his World Series ring. So there's a lot of legacies on the line here. I mean, JT Muto has put up a great career behind home plate. Zach Wheeler, a guy that has dominated in a Phillies uniform ever since donning the red pinstripes. Aaron Nola, who has had a good tenure here in putting on a Phillies uniform. So we're not going to keep getting these chances. Our window closed from 07 to 11, right? And 2011, we had our best out of all those 5 years of making it to the postseason. We had our best record in the regular season 2011, and we got knocked out in the division series. And honestly, we could have won more than what we won in 08. We could have won more in that 5-year period, in that 5-season period. We could have done so much more. And we totally fell short. We totally, in my opinion, we underperformed in that era. I really think we could have won another World Series with that core. I mean, we fell short in 09. In 2010, we fell short in the championship series to the Giants. I definitely think we could have won that year. I mean, going against the Texas Rangers, in 2010. I think we could have beaten that 2010 Rangers team. You look back, I mean, we're going to keep getting these chances. Eventually, the Braves are going to come out of that division series, slump they've been in. But they can't seem to get out of the division series the past 2 years. They've been owned by the Phillies in the division series. I don't even care. I don't even want to hear about it. I mean, beating the Braves 2 years in a row in the division series was great, but I don't even want to think about that right now. I'm so sick to my stomach, I don't even want to talk about it or think about it. You know, I could come on here and scream my head off, and my voice, my throat could be sore for 15 minutes, but I don't even feel like, I don't even have any energy. I'm wiped out. This team sucked the life out of me, just like their offense has just, these past few games. I mean, this is just pathetic. They gave me so much hope, and I was losing hope when the series was tied going into Game 5. They won Game 5, and then they drew me back in. I'm like, they're going to win. They're going to make it back to the World Series, and I think they were going to win the World Series. And we had a much more talented group than we did last year. So as far as the Arizona Diamondbacks did, they did their job against us. I mean, I hate to say it. It pains me to say it. I don't want to say it. Every fiber of my body's telling me not to say it, but you have to be objective. They owned us. They got to us, and they played better baseball, and they woke up. I think that, they all that time off, they had a lot of momentum, and they kind of stalled, and then they got it going, and we got cold. And it all just kind of happened at the wrong time. But I do not think they're going to win the World Series. I will not be rooting for them to win the World Series. I don't even care. We're not in the World Series. I could give a crap who wins the World Series. But I'm not going to root for a team that eliminates us. I can't do it. So yes, I will be rooting for the Rangers. But if the Rangers don't win, I mean, who cares? If we didn't win the World Series, it's a failure. So I don't care. Even if the Rangers win, I won't even be that happy. Okay, I just don't give a crap. I just don't care. The Phillies didn't win the World Series. It's a failure either way. So, if the Diamondbacks win, great. If the Rangers win, great. I just don't care. I just don't. So, as far as the future holds for me, I will be coming back for the 2024 season. I'm going to kind of keep you posted on what my schedule is going to be. I will be making, video just kind of going over the 2023 season. I'm excited to say I'll be back. I think, recapping, the postseason games kind of drew me back in, and it kind of reminded me of what I was missing. I'm not going to say I'm going to do every game, which I certainly won't have time to do that, but I definitely want to upload more frequently than I did, say, the first, month of the 2023 season. I mean, that was a joke. I mean, just doing, a road trip, a recap after every road trip or homestand. I mean, that was just way too infrequent. So I'm definitely going to have to change something up. I really missed it. And when I got to come back, and it was fun doing this, and it kind of drew me back in. But I'm so bummed that we just couldn't make it back to the World Series. That's all I really wanted, was just make it back to the World Series. Of course, I wanted to win, but just making it there 2 years in a row would have been something so amazing, and you could have done it, and you choked. You choked. And again, I don't care what anybody says, you failed. You failed. Okay? And at the end of the day, you are no different than the Atlanta Braves. You are no different than the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Baltimore Orioles or any of them. Any of these teams that had good regular seasons and blew it. I mean, clearly, it's more of an embarrassment for those guys because they won a division, they won over 100 games and all that. I understand that. It's more of an embarrassment for them. There's no question. There's no question. But I just can't believe this. I had to get the video out tonight. I don't care if I had to stay up till 1:30 more. I don't even care. I just want to get this video out. I wanted to talk about it. I couldn't go to sleep without getting this video out. I'm just so stunned. I'm stunned. I'm sure the city's going to be crazy tonight. A lot of upset people. Keep in mind, it is just a game. We can't take it too seriously. I mean, life goes on. We're all going to wake up tomorrow and go to school or go to work or whatever. It's not the end of the world. And let's face it, the Diamondbacks are not going to win the World Series. But we don't care about that. We don't care. We want to win the World Series. I don't even care if they even lose. I'll be happier if they lose, but I don't even care. I just, if we didn't win the World Series, it's a failure season in my eyes, right? It's an unsuccessful season. So I want to thank everybody so much for coming back for this little ride. Again, I'm not going away. I'll keep you posted on what I plan on doing. It's clearly it's not going to be like it was, 2 years ago when I did all those weekly updates and everything. But I'll keep you updated on what I plan on doing. But I did not expect it to end this soon. I didn't, and I'm stunned and I'm hurt. I'm really, really hurt. So I will be going on, I believe it's Sunday. I'll be going on, I believe his name is Baseball 213. He's a Dodgers fan, his podcast. And I was hoping I was going to talk about a World Series appearance, but that is not going to happen. It's just crushing. This sucks. This is just terrible. It still doesn't seem real. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming back in the postseason. I enjoyed covering it. Of course, I didn't cover that Miami Marlins series, but Braves and even this series, it's still been fun. So I'd like to thank everybody so much. Check out the social media, link in the description section at Phillies Has to Media Instagram. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to y'all later. I just don't have any words. But life goes on. This is a baseball game. But I will talk to you all later. I just need time to process this too. This is painful. I'll see you all next time. Thank you guys so much for watching.